Hey up YouTube, it's Theme Park Bazza here. This is Razza. Welcome to today's vlog, another home vlog. An enlightening experience. We've got a lot of lighting projects that have been building up, and we're going to tackle those today, including the first one, which is to do with some lights here in the garage. If you saw our vlog about Home Depot, and I'll put a link up there to that, you will know a little bit more about what we were going to buy. But we'll get that started. But before we get started, you need to get out of the way because you're going to get run over when I bring these cars out. So let me get you out of the way. Oh, there you go. You're going to be much safer there while I get the cars out of the garage. Okay, now we can get on with the work that is up here. So this fitting has been playing up since we moved in. I tried putting new tubes in, but it didn't fix it. So we're going to take the fitting down, work out how to do that, and then we are going to replace it with the one I bought yesterday, which hopefully will fit. I can work out how to get this cover off first. That's some kind of catch up there. What does that do? Okay, so we have the mains coming in here and here, and an earth coming in that is actually attached. Would you believe it? That is amazing. So I'm going to need a screwdriver, and I'm going to need some tape to tape these up and disconnect the earth switch. Earth wire is off. Over here in the US, it's all black and white wires, so you don't have any brown wires. So undo that one. We just leave a little tape on it, just to make sure if anything kicks in. And I am here, and I think I'm seeing two screws holding this into the ceiling at the moment. Start carefully untwist those. Oh baby, untwist. There you go. Yep. That was the connector, but they're rather large connectors those anyway, so I shall probably put some smaller ones on. I'm going to keep these straight down as possible. Hopefully means the light fitting, and I picked a residential one, hoping that that means that oh yeah, comes off, hoping that that means it's going to fit. Okay, let's do my left hand first because that's the one that's not strong. I also didn't go with a four-way fitting, which I know will be brighter. I was a bit worried that this was just screwed into the plaster at the top, and the weight-wise, a four-tube fitting, I should say, would have been a lot heavier, and potentially would have just, like this, it's just come away. Yeah, this is just held on with nothing. Maybe one of these is into wood. It's going to hold the whole thing up. Oh, if I get it down then, got the screwdriver. I think actually, the only thing holding this on now is probably the wires in the middle. How long does this screw have to be? Look at that. I think that's long enough, pal. There we go. And then hopefully it's just a wire here holding it on. Yes, it is. Come on. There you go. Get those wires together and it's off. So I have no idea what these things are screwing up into. And it's pretty crappy, because what that probably means is these had some kind of fancy plate in the top, which means I'm going to have to go up in the loft to screw this back on again, which sucks big style. Yeah, well, it wasn't working as it was before, so. Quick tip, always pick up all the things you drop on the garage floor, because these can puncture tyres. If you hear something metal drop, take a good look for it. Let's have a look at this new fitting. Hopefully, being a residential one, it is similar sort, with a knockout in the middle. Let's just go and line them up with the one I took out, just to have a quick look. Here's a comparison of both fittings. A little bit further back here. So the hole is in the middle, which it needs to be. The only downside is the holes where this thing went through do not line up with any holes in here. So even where those screw holes were before is not going to line up. So what to do? What to do? Obviously we've got to put the knockout for the middle in there. These tubes look like they're pretty much part of the whole package. Guess I better go read the instructions first, hadn't I? So, the instructions say, packaging contents, English instructions, installation instructions, turn off the power, well, the switch is off. To remove the cover with the LEDs from main channel body, squeeze beneath the embossed locking tabs and lift the channel cover. Do this for the locking locations in figure 1. Work out how I'm going to put it up there yet, because those holes do not line up. It's kind of asking me to take the whole cover off. Whoa, something's dropping around inside. There's something loose, I hope. Not something loose, I should say. Just squeeze this all the way down, I guess. They're not like replaceable tubes, they're LED ones, so I think they're like fixed for life. Whoa, sounds good, doesn't it? I tried that, I picked about 10 of these boxes up and they all sounded the same at Home Depot, so I think it's something to do with whatever's inside, like the mounting kit. So okay, so what I can do now is, okay, that's the connection to the LED lights, and assuming one disconnects them on this here, this be the case, whoa, yeah, and this here. Yep, and then of course there's an earth, which means you have to physically unscrew them, which, oh no, there's a connection on it, on the earth. Look at that! Plug-in connection. I don't think I need to though, if I'm careful with these tubes, I can work out the knockout has to go in the middle. There is no other place for the knockout to go. Okay, do it the other way, that way there's a bit of a gap. There we go. Now what can we get? And then I got 3 tails to connect. So after having a cup of tea and looking at YouTube, what I'm going to use to put these in as these self-drilling zinc anchors for drywall. So what they are is, I bought these before, they're very good if you're hanging any kind of heavy pictures. They are a very strong self-tapping device. So you drill a small hole, you screw that in with a Phillips screwdriver at the end, and it self-taps itself in. And then you get one of these screws that goes into it, and then as long as that head is big enough to fit inside the fitting and hold it, we can put these in, we can measure them to fit this fitting, have it hang loose on it, do all the wiring and fasten it up. So let's check that out next. So I have my screw and we're going to go and see if this fits carefully inside here, because we have these 2 anchor holes, and yeah, you see it actually, if you can get that close enough, it actually passes through and then it'll lock. So what I'm going to do is go up to the ceiling, and I'm banging the tripod, sorry. I'm going to mark these 2 holes at either end and then drill the ceiling, put these self-tappers in, 2 of them, and then we should be able to have the fitting hold itself up there. So wish me luck. Of course, what you don't see here on the vlog is it's like 100 degrees in this garage. So excuse me if I start sweating a bit, but it is flipping warm at the top of this garage. Something like that. Looks about square. About there. Push it up. And mark it there. Hold it up. Right, and mark it there. Hello, so we're going to get a drill here that is actually going to be just a little bit around the sides, this little tongue that goes in first. Drill it and then screw this in so it actually bites on the other one. So this is the choice of drill. Let's go. And remember to drill where the small slot is, not where the big hole is, because it's going to slide across into that to lock it in. So you've got like a big hole and a slot, you need to drill where the slot is. Hopefully that is going to be big enough. And then you can get my screwdriver, come up here and to gently put that up into the roof plaster, and then put this screw into it, but leave enough hanging down that when I put the light fitting in, I can actually just slide it in, up and across, and lock it into place. Here, on to the next one. Out there. Okay. So hopefully that'll work. Washing my pins, repeat on the fixing. All up first. The screw in next. So I'll put a slack in there so it can go up. This wiring thing might go into the light fitting. See if we can reuse it. Moment of truth, see how this puppy fits. See if I got my measurements right, see if it's squarish. It's all line of sight, so who knows. Wires through. Screw in, just fit in there. Look at that, everybody. So let's see if it's actually square. That was the next test. As you get older in life, you learn a few things like near enough is good enough sometimes. So I should now just be able to lift these up. Here. And here. Gently. Not put too much stress on it. Covers the old holes that are in the ceiling. So yeah, don't use a power drill when you're doing this because you can easily tear these anchors out. Just do it by feel, screwdriver. Now it's getting tight. You don't have to hold up the world, you just got to hold up this light, so don't go in there with a pair of pliers trying to lift it up. This needs to be tight enough. Perfecto mundo. These knockout hole things fit the same. So I can get 3 connectors and do the earth black and white, and then get the fitting up. And we hopefully just 3 connectors to go. We can clip this on and we are good to go. It's not like letting this thing hang on the weight, but there's not a lot I can do about that apart from let it hang on the weight. Earth connector is in, that cover is on. Come to me other connectors, so we have a black, ready. Red wants to be that side, red wants to be that side. Which way, which way? You can only go one way these connectors, surely. Like that. And like that. And then hopefully this thing just pushes on this wire. Please get inside. It's like clips on that side. Wires get inside, please. Don't want any wires sticking out. Thank you. And just he says, man, that's not easy. Up a bit higher. Let's let this thing hang on the wires. So just squeeze on. Like that. Check if there's no wires in. Whew. Moment of truth. First job of the day done, on to job number 2. Now it's time for a cup of tea. So the next lighting job actually started inside the house, in here, in the Greek room, which, as you know, we call the Greek room because of these wonderful Greek pillars in our room. So it's been raining a lot recently, like every single day for a week, and what we found is a circuit breaker was tripping in the garage when it rained heavily that was tied into the Greek room here. And the only things that were off that circuit breaker was the power here for the computer, the power here for the lights out front on the porch, and the lights by the garage. And if that happens to you by basically deduction, you can kind of work out what's happening. So what I did was reset the breaker, unplug the computer and unplug the light, and the next time it rained, the breaker, well, actually, because it was tripping all the time, it was like within 5 minutes, the breaker went again. So I plugged those back in, and then on these switches here, turned off the lights outside, and which are the ones, the porch lights here, and the breaker still tripped. And then I did the other switch, which are the two lights by the garage, and it didn't trip. So what that told me is the fault was in the wiring here in the circuit to do with the two lights outside the garage. So, bit of deduction, we now know the circuit that has the problem. Why does it have the problem is the next question. Why, when it's raining, do we start tripping, and then when it doesn't rain, we hadn't seen the problem? So let's go take a look and let me show you what I think is the problem. So these are the lights in question that have the switch I just showed you inside. And I think the problem may be, if you look here, you can see behind, they're not really sealed. And what I'm guessing is that water is coming down off the roof when it rains and running down the back and shorting out those lights. And it's the same at the other side. So I'm going to get some sealant and I'm going to seal up these two lights, some clear sealant, and I think that'll solve the problem. So let's give it a go. Sealant. Side now. Typical, been dry all day, I get out here with this sealant on the lights and it starts pouring down. I mean, what can you do? We'll have to wait and see how it goes and then try and get back out there again. Okay, it stopped raining. I'm going to try and finish this off before the rain comes back so I can hear thunder as well, but I'm halfway done and the cork's already on it, so I've got to keep going. So for the third job we're going to work on today, let me take you back to a vlog I did a few weeks ago when we had a problem with the lights, or replacing the lights upstairs on the landing. So this thing has all been tightened up now. What I didn't notice was this, which is the proper lighting box, or half of it, but I think it may have been too close to this vent, so they just kind of boarded over it and then put this Heath Robinson thing in here. But of course when I put the new light in there, that won't be big enough, so we're going to have to plaster that thing up. Nice. So rather than try and replaster the ceiling, we're going to get 3 of these lights for the 3 out there on the landing, and these are the same 14-inch diameter as the last ones, so they will cover that hole up in the ceiling, but obviously we want all 3 to look the same. So I've got 3 of those at 20 bucks each from Home Depot, shipped next week. And the box is here for these 3 lights. So let's open it together. Yep, the box is here for these 3 lights. Yep, the box is here for these 3 lights. Let's open it together. Might just be a little bit overpacked. Let's see. Lights. So maybe a bit of an overkill for this packaging for 3 lights, but I guess they are well protected. So I'm going to take these lights upstairs and then we're going to get on with changing those lights. Well, there we go. Number 1 light done. Quick test. Working fine. And you'll see on here as well the because we've got the same size as we said, you cannot see that hole in the ceiling from the very poorly fitting before. So now we've got this one off, we need to go and tackle number 2 and number 3. I think we will go and we will do this one next. That brings us on to number 2 complete. Working fine and dandy. And now, just one more left to go. And that one is number 3. Number 3 done. So all 3 of them now done. Oh, and let me show you one more light. I haven't shown you this one before, have we? This is one that we put into the spare bathroom, the guest bathroom. And have a guess how much this light cost us. Exactly $0. And the reason is, around here on a Wednesday, you put out all your trash that you don't think is going to go in the standard trash can. And we saw this fitting out on the grass. Here's some pictures of Maxine when she got the fitting. She cleaned it up, got the paint off the fitting, and now it looks pretty good in here. So the one in the powder room downstairs was $0 from a renovation on the house, and this one was $0 off the street. As they say, one person's trash is another person's treasure. So a bit of painting to do, and we'll put our fluorescent fitting out on the road for that trash pickup, and who knows, somebody may take our fitting, you never know. So we will close out this vlog as we started it. I hope it's been enlightening for you, all the different lighting things we've done today. The rain is here and the thunder's here, so it's time to shut up shop and go and have a cup of tea and have some tea as well. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe, it does help the channel. If you've got any comments, add them below, because I like to read your comments and try and reply to all of them. And we will see you later.